Right now, Catherine Cat Richardson is fully immersing herself in a brand new chapter of her life. Following her heroic, life-threatening liver transplant surgery to save her half-sister, Eva Thomas, Cat is busy decorating her newly purchased luxury condo. This isn't just any real estate transaction. This is a massive statement of independence. We know that Vanessa McBride handed Cat over to her daughter, Deanna McBride, making this Deanna's very first official assignment in the real estate business. It is wonderful to see Deanna stepping out of the dark shadow of her father Doug's death and focusing on a bright future. But while Kat is picking out paint swatches and asserting her fierce independence, her fiancé, or rather the man whose public proposal she brutally rejected, is spiraling into a pit of bruised masculinity. Tomas Navarro is not handling this well. He has made it abundantly clear that condo living is not for him. He wanted a traditional relationship timeline, a romantic proposal in Puerto Rico, a beautiful wedding, and then moving in together. Instead, Kat rejected his ring in front of the entire Dupree family and impulsively bought a condo, practically forcing him to move in out of pity. Feeling completely emasculated and lost, Tomas does the absolute unthinkable. He sneaks over to Eva's house to seek comfort after their bitter argument about the future. When Tomas knocks on that door, Isaiah Hawthorne is the one who answers. Isaiah is completely shocked to see Tomas standing there. This is the unexpected guest of the century. Let's not forget the history here. Tomas is the man who cheated on Kat with Eva, nearly destroying everyone's lives in the process. Yet, in a stunning display of maturity and politeness, Isaiah actually decides to leave the house to give Tomas and Eva some space to talk. He steps out to hunt down some food that will be gentle on Eva's recovering stomach. So this makes me wonder, is Isaiah being too trusting? Even though he chose to leave, we know he is feeling incredibly uneasy deep down. He doesn't trust Tomas as far as he can throw him, but his faith in Eva is absolute. He believes she is safe and that she will handle the situation. But leaving those two alone in the very house where their illicit affair began, that is a massive gamble. While Isaiah is out trying to find some cornbread and peach cobbler at Orphe Jeans, he runs into none other than Joey Armstrong. The two of them share a few words, checking in on each other before parting ways. For the life of me, I still cannot understand what incredible hidden bond exists between Isaiah and Joey that makes them seem as close as actual family. Joey acts like a protective uncle, offering Isaiah help with whatever he needs. But let's be real here. Joey is not a good person. He is a casino owner heavily tied to the illegal plasma ring, money laundering, and a dangerous criminal underworld. It is best for a young, promising man like Isaiah to steer completely clear of him. Is Joey genuinely trying to be a good guy because of Vanessa's influence, or is he grooming Isaiah for something darker? The suspense is killing me. Meanwhile, back at the house, the atmosphere in Eva's living room is suffocating. In the very room where some of the worst, most destructive moments between Eva and Tomas occurred, the emotional tension is unbearably awkward. But if Tomas thought he was going to walk in and find a willing shoulder to cry on, he was dead wrong. Eva immediately speaks up, and she is visibly angry to see him standing there. She draws a fierce, impenetrable boundary. She warns Tomas that if he has come to her house simply because he had a fight with Kat and is looking for a soft place to land, she absolutely refuses to play that game. Eva's character growth here is nothing short of phenomenal. She tells him point blank that she refuses to be the worst person in Kat's eyes ever again. Because right now, in the aftermath of the harrowing liver transplant surgery, Kat and Eva are finally beginning to understand each other. They have shared a profound near-death experience. Kat literally gave Eva a piece of her own body so she could live. Eva cherishes this fragile, newfound peace and understanding, and she will be damned if she lets Tomas's bruised ego destroy it. Tomas, scrambling to justify his audacity, claims he just needs a friend to talk to because he has no one else. But Eva makes it incredibly difficult for him. She reminds him of reality. Kat saved her life. Eva forces Tomas to confront his own delusions, telling him he is crazy if he thinks they are ever getting back together. She is completely happy with Isaiah and they have a relationship built on solid trust. During this tense conversation, Tomas looks at Eva and says, "You always have a way of seeing right through me." That line sent shivers down my spine. If Eva understands him so perfectly, then what on earth is Kat to him in this relationship? Tomas desperately needs to reevaluate his thoughts and his heart. Is Eva actually the right person for him, and is he just clinging to Kat because she represents wealth, stability, and the approval of the powerful Dupree family? Or does he truly love Kat? If Kat finds out about this visit, she could easily assume Eva is plotting revenge to steal her man again. But that's not all. Let's play a little game of theories and alternate timelines. Imagine if this exact scenario had played out just a few months ago, before the tornado and the surgery. If this were the old Eva and the old Tomas, they would have inevitably made a terrible, unforgivable mistake. My theory is that if this was the past, Isaiah would have returned from Orphegene's early, walking through the front door only to catch Tomas and Eva locked in a passionate, illicit kiss in the living room. Can you picture the absolute chaos? Isaiah's simmering anger would have erupted into a violent, brutal brawl right there in the house. Furniture would be smashed, and in the sheer physical chaos of the fight, Eva would have been knocked to the ground. The trauma to her fragile body would have caused her unhealed surgical incision to tear wide open, leaving her bleeding and screaming in agony. She would have been rushed back to Garland Memorial Hospital in critical condition. And what would Kat do in that dark alternate reality? Kat would have marched into that hospital room, but instead of worrying, she would have looked down at Eva with pure, unadulterated contempt. Kat would have proudly declared that Eva had finally achieved her ultimate goal, turning Tomas into a total villain and proving she was nothing but a homewrecker. The fallout would have been apocalyptic. This singular event would have forced Tomas to realize that he had lost absolutely everything. He would have lost his honor, his wealthy and powerful fiancée, and the unwavering respect of the entire Dupree family, all because he couldn't control his basic instincts for one single moment. But thankfully, that is just a dark what if. We are living in a new reality now, and the emotional maturity on display is staggering. Eva managed to rescue herself from the tangled web of Tomas's emotional baggage. She clearly and firmly established her boundaries. And most importantly, she proactively shared the details of Tomas's visit with Kat. She didn't hide it. She didn't let it become a dirty secret. Eva made it crystal clear that she is happy with Isaiah, that they trust each other implicitly, and that Tomas is on his own. Because of Eva's honesty, Kat didn't spiral into a jealous rage. When Kat found out, she was much calmer and handled the issue with impressive objectivity. I truly believe that deep down, Kat has started to view Eva as a friend, an unspoken ally that she didn't even realize she had. Kat didn't accuse Eva of placing a trap. Instead, she took the information and went to confide in Chelsea at the Chelsea Cat office. Chelsea, stepping up as the ultimate voice of reason, gave Kat some incredibly sincere and useful advice about Tomas. Chelsea pointed out that if Kat is constantly worried that Tomas is going to betray her the second things get tough, then maybe he just isn't the right man for her. It is a harsh truth, but one Kat desperately needed to hear while she finalizes the purchase of her dream condo with Deanna. As I watch all of this unfold, I have to confess something. I am slowly but surely being completely won over by Eva Thomas. I used to doubt her, but now I see her as a deeply intelligent, kind, and evolving young woman. Just as Ted and Isaiah have praised her recently, Eva handled Tomas's ambush with perfect logic and tactical grace. She diffused a ticking time bomb of a situation, protected her own peace, and preserved her fragile new bond with Kat. Every potential disaster was neutralized because Eva chose honesty and self-respect over old habits. Honestly, I think Kat could learn a lot from Eva's emotional intelligence in this situation. Kat is brilliant in business and fierce in her loyalty, but she often lets her insecurities drive her reactions. Seeing Eva stand her ground against Tomas's manipulation was a masterclass in boundary setting. So, where does this leave our fractured Fairmont Crest residents? Will Tomas finally take Eva's advice, swallow his immense pride, and share his true vulnerable feelings with Kat so she can feel safe in their relationship? Or will his bruised ego over the condo purchase push him to do something even more reckless? And what on earth is Joey Armstrong planning to do with his newfound connection to Isaiah? The puzzle pieces are shifting, the drama is escalating, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. Let me know your theories in the comments, and stay tuned for more explosive updates.